Hello and welcome back to another Donger deck discussion with your host from the Dongers of Runeterra, Sith Holocron. So, brand new patch, brand new champions, brand new cards. That makes me excited to play this game all over again. So I have kind of went through all the champions that we can get. They're all kind of good, but I think two are utter standouts and will kind of fit into existing sort of deck stereotypes. I think Azir will fit in very well with Lucian in a scout type deck, and I genuinely think that Kindred will fit in immensely well with Shadow Isles. So, two decks today. Gonna go through them quite quickly, as one of them will need to go through a wee bit better. So we'll start off with the Lucian Azir deck, and this is it right here. So let us edit away and let you see what's actually in it. So Sith's favorite button. 11 spells, not quite as many as I really like. I'm sort of one short, but this deck does want scouts in it more than spells. We've also got 3 landmarks, which is pretty decent. So we got another new landmark here from the expansion, which is brilliant, and 6 champs. And we're going to start off with, oh look, looky, isn't that great? Isn't that just great? So that Shurmia, wonderful. Let's get this deck under wraps. We're going to start off with 3 1-drops, 2 of which are brand new. Cytherea, the wonderful Demacia, little youngster. 2-2 solid. Most people, when they fire out, can only do 1 damage, so Cytherea will stay around for a little while, and that's decent. But we know about Demacia. Let's get to the new stuff. So let us bring out the Dunekeeper. So when I'm summoned, you summon a Sand Soldier. So he comes out as a 2-1 for 1 mana. That's quite well costed. And then you get an ephemeral unit who just goes... but if he hits the Nexus, you deal 1 to the enemy Nexus as well, which is pretty decent. So, 2 there, quite good indeed. So we're going to be running 3 Dunekeepers. This is our first new spell, and I really like this because it only costs 1. Shapestone, burst speed, can't be stopped. Give an ally 1-1 this round, and if you summon the landmark this game, give it 3-1. Kind of good. I think this would be really good in a... Overwhelm deck as well. I think this has got a heck of a lot of stuff going to it, so it's kind of good and superbly cheap. You will be able to play this anytime you like. Scouts, I have felt since they have moved on. There was the Plaza Scouts, there was the original Scouts with Misfortune and all that sort of stuff. But Blinding Assault to summon Valor, who will then pick like the heaviest hitting unit that you've got as its challenge. It challenges things for you, which is fantastic. That's really good. So 3 of those. Again, it only costs 2. It is slow, but early doors, most people won't stop a slow spell. I think you're fine. Brightsteel Protector, staple in nearly every Demacia deck in the world. We're only running 2 of, but it grants you barrier. And for 2 mana, a 3-2 stat line is excellent. Will keep something alive early game, mid game, and late game. Now, this is class. I'm sorry. This is fantastic. Cost 2. It's a super cheap landmark. Silly cheap. So when all allies attack, you summon an attacking Sand Soldier. So now imagine we already have, say, Cytherea and the Dunekeeper, and he brings out 1, and then you drop this one down. So you're getting, if the Dunekeeper's alive, he'll bring out 1. The Emperor's Dais will bring out 1. So you're always consistently getting it out. And because it only costs 2, this Wonder card, you can keep this going quite well. So Shurmia looking like quite a good little region. Obviously, we're using Lucian. So once you've seen 4 allies die, did I mention that's ephemeral? Shh. So that's how you level up Lucian. That's pretty good. So then he goes to double attack on a 4-3, and he's nasty. And yeah, and then every single time something else dies, they level again, which is rally, and rallying is fantastic. So rally. Rockhopper, brand new card, costs 2 mana. When I'm summoned, summon a rolling sand. So the whole idea of this deck is to get additional units onto the thing, but this is actually another landmark. Okay, so when an enemy is summoned, destroy me to grant it vulnerable. Making things vulnerable in this game is just great and very, very badly misused or underused. This is a great, superb little thing. Yeah, you've got a horrible unit that's if they block you, you're not winning the game, but this will then destroy it. It's a landmark. It can't go out anyway. Take that out, make it vulnerable, put your weakest unit in, and if you can actually just pull it, because you can, because it's vulnerable, and the rest of the things win, we're good. I think the landmarks in Shurmia are brilliant. I really think they're good. So Sharp Sight, brilliant. +2/+2. And you can block units with Elusive. We're running 2 of those. And here, the big bad boy. Here's one of our new champions. This is Azir. And when allies attack, summon an attacking Sand Soldier. So we know what that is. The Sand Soldier is this. Again, more ephemeral stuff. That's very good. Problem is, Azir's stats are terrible. So for 3 mana, you get a 1 attack, 5 health unit. You need to summon 10 units. So we've got a lot of summoning going on through the rest of the deck. When he levels, he becomes a 2/6. When you summon an ally, give both +1 power, which is decent. When he is ascended, when I level up, replace your deck with the Emperor's deck, then draw 1. When allies attack, summon an attacking Sandstone Charger. That is the Sandstone Charger. Again, it's ephemeral. Brilliant. This is amazing. Deck. This is fantastic. So you get a Sand Soldier. You get Sun Discs, which are pretty good. This is his spell. Azir's Arise. Burst spell. Create a Sand Soldier. Create a fleeting Azrael in hand. Get another thing in there, which is, we're all looking kind of good. So that's the Arise. That's it there. Kind of cool. But Buried Sun Disc is brilliant. Another landmark. Start of game. Draw 1 of me if all your cards are Shurmia. So very good for literally. And the Legion's deck. So let's keep going on. Cataclysm, new spell. But this is for Demacia. So slow. So is it good? I prefer faster burst, but an ally starts a free attack challenging an enemy. That's just so good. Greenfang Worgen, he comes out with Scout, and most of the rest of them are now Scouts. As we turn it into a half Scout, mainly Scout deck. Comes out with Barrier and Scout, one of those. Grizzle Ranger, Scout turns into a Badger Bear, so that's a 3/4. Great Thorn Companion, Scout 5/5 for 5, and Cithria the Bold. We're running 2 of. Give other attacking allies +1/+1 and fearsome this round, and that's probably your win condition. So that is the first deck today. That is Azir Lucian, and the second deck today will be this lovely lad. Hello, Kindred. Not Kindred. Kindred. See, 2 new, and I haven't even got the thing that I want to do. So, 25 spells. But the spells are essentially how this deck works. So, PNZ and Shadow Eyes. Here's our new champ. Kindred, quick attack. Costs 5 from Shadow Eyes, which is pretty good. The first time you slay a unit, if you don't know what slay is, that's a new keyword. When you kill a unit via damage, kill effect, or striking it with an ally, self-killing, like from Ethereal, does not count. But every time that you slay something, I mark the weakest enemy, that's the lowest power, and round end, kill units with my mark. So, slay twice. With anything, doesn't matter. Kill with anything. He levels, he becomes 5/5. And that's pretty much the same. And that had me kind of going, really? Is that really, really good? Really? Kill units from my mark, kill units from my mark. Okay, so what's his spell? So kill a unit, then revive it. Place a Kindred back in your deck. That's a fast 5 spell. So, We're not going to run this, but it's very good when we get it. So let me go through the deck. 15 P&Z 25. We are using Thermogenic Beam. That's going to get rid of nearly every single champion. That's what it's there for. I would hold it in most cases in round 1. Brand new P&Z card. Concurrent Timelines. We're running 2 of these. We're running a lot of 2s, actually, in the spells. Slow Speed. So, again, if you don't like slow speed, I apologize, but this is quite good. For the rest of the game, the first time you play a follower, each round, pick one of 3 followers with the same cost to transform it into. Now, how good's this? Okie dokie. Remember this card. I may even make this a 3. For the rest of the game, the first time you play a follower each round, pick one of 3 followers with the same cost to transform it into. Just remember that. This costs 1. Yes, it can be stopped. Yes, it can be denied. Yes, it can be notified and all that sort of stuff. Ignore everything. People, early doors, will not know what the hell this does. And it's brilliant. Rummage is to clear out your hand. Typical P&Z card. Fading Icon is a new Shadow Eyes person. Super goggles. Love it. When I'm summoned, summon a prey. So again, this whole new expansion seems to be bring something out. So you get a 0-1 prey. But it's another unit. Fantastic for blocking with. Until later games. And then in the late game, he becomes quite fun. So, Fading Icon, we're running 3. And then we're going to go through lots of cards that we know, so we'll speed through these. Kill an ally, you draw 2 cards. Card draw, fantastic. Mystic Shot, probably the best 2 spell in the game. We're running 3 of those. Bell Feast, the best Shadow Wild spell by miles. Drain 1, so your Nexus goes up 1. You hopefully kill off something with 1 health, and you get a spider. Chump Wump, when I'm summoned, create 2 Mushroom Clouds in hand. Fine. That's very decent, but he's greatly statted. That's why he's actually in here. People are kind of going, why? Well, we're in P&Z, and he's probably the most beefy unit in that region, so Chump Bump is a 3 of. New card. New Shadow Eyes. It's like, oh my god, yes. Kill an ally to draw 2. So this is sort of replaced other cards, like, for instance, the Ravenous Butcher or the 3-cost that gives you 2 ephemerals, the Blighted Caretaker, and stuff like that. Spirit Leech is kind of good. He's a 4-1, not bad, but you get to draw 2. Now, for instance, if you put that down and got the Prey has no attack, so killing it to get 2 cards for 3-1, yep, I'm pretty convinced that the card draw, which is something I think that Legends of Runeterra is not giving us as players as much anymore, are good ways to continually draw cards. P&Z and Shadow Wilds are probably the best at doing that, hence we went P&Z and Shadow Wilds. Let's go on with the rest of the list. So that's Spirit Leech. 2 Static Shocks. Now this is pretty much a niche card. You can take it out and put it in with something else. It's fine. But to deal 1 to the Nexus and an enemy, or 2 to the Nexus, incredibly good in Ezreal decks, but it's another draw card. There's nothing to it. Play this for 4, you get another card. It replaces itself. I'm all good for that. In what I assume is going to be a summon meta, because everybody's going to be running Shurmia. Everyone. So there's going to be, even in Shadow Wilds, we're bringing new things to it. I may actually drop both Static Shocks and make the box 3 and Concurrent Timelines 3. So that's already my thought process after testing this a little bit. Static Shock is okay, but you get card draw, and I don't really want to lose the card draw. But the box is brilliant. Deal 3 to every enemy that was summoned this round. And if they're going, oh, I'm doing this and bringing this out and that, you wait until they're attacking. It's fast speed. If you're not an Iona, it's not getting stopped, and their entire round and mana has been wasted. Kindred. So there we go. We talked about that. Slay 2 units. He levels up, becomes 5/5. Very good. At the end of the round, he goes, you're weak, and then just kills it. That's fantastic. Withering Wail. Deal 1 to all enemies and heal your Nexus 3. We're running 2 of that. Again, another niche card. Atrocity. Now, why? Well, pretty much it's not a bad card. Atrocity is kind of good. We're also running 2 Vengeance and 1 Atrocity, and that's a very stereotypical Shadow Wilds builder kind of deck. I'm going to be tinkering around with this, but I just want to get this out here as quick as possible. So that's this deck. Do you remember this? I genuinely think I may make this 3. So, listen to this. For the rest of the game, the first time you play a follower each round, you get to pick one of 3 followers and the same cost to transform it into. Chump Bump may never ever be Chump Bump. He may be, oh, I don't know, let's see what else we got. Ancient Crocolith, Chronicler of Ruin, Shady Character, Insightful Investigator, a Wraithcaller. So to be fair, I actually want 3 of these. So let's make this a 3. But I only have 2. Okay, so what we'll do is we will just buy a new one. We will just buy a new one. And we will make that 3. And to be fair, I'm going to take out 1 Rummage because that's pretty decent. Here's how this works. We're not running an awful lot of units, really. So they need to be decent. Okay. I am actually thinking of taking Atrocity out altogether. And let's see what I can get in the 6 drops. There's not an awful lot in here that's very good in the 6 drops. Is an 8 decent? Tell you what, we'll just leave it. But watch this. If you've played Concurrent Time, Commander Ledros is put down as a 9. You pay your 9 mana. And then his thing goes into the queue, into the middle of the board, so you're taking half their health. And then you're sort of looking, well, what else can we get at 9? And the amount of times I've had like the 9/9, let's give absolutely everything barrier card from Demacia, and then you change it into that, which is pretty good. We're running 3 Ledroses, so I mean you can get Karina, you know, you can get a lot of decent stuff at 9. So this is my Kindred SI stuff, a whole ton of really good things. You've got a whole good ton of spells, so sometimes, you know, obliterate the top 5 cards of your deck to deal 1 to all enemies in the enemy nexus for each spell. If you're very, very close, and when you've got 25 spells to 15 units, this is probably a very good one to do, as is Bright Steel Protector. And if you don't want anything, you still have a Ledros that when he dies, he goes back into your hand and you're running 3. That's fantastic. But first off, get your half health and pick something else. There's more Ledroses on the way. So there you go. There's 2 brand new decks for the new expansion. Try them out, see what you think. Deck codes will be in the pinned comments. Thank you very much for watching us. Under 20 minutes. For God's sake, what else were you going to do in the middle of the lockdown? My name's Seth Holocron. Thank you very much for watching. And until the next one, Dongers out.